Hey folks, I got something today that I never get. New old stock on a computer part. Usually my stuff is 1 foot in a grave and see if you can bring her back. But this has never been used. It's still in its original box. Let's see if you can see. Here's the original label. You can see what the brand is. It's for a TI-99A. This is a peripheral expansion unit. Brand new, never been opened. Well, it's been opened, you can tell that, but it's never been used. It's always stayed in this box. You can take a look at the label. Don't worry, I took a look. Both of these places have been gone for a very, very long time. Apparently, Texas Instrument sent it to the distribution company, and probably a mom and pop video place was not only renting videos but trying to sell computer equipment on the side. Not a bad idea back then. But this never got used, and so I get to open it and pull it out and see. Let's see what kind of condition it's in. All right, let's see what we've got. Still in the original packing foam. Looky there. Brand new. Never been used. Not a scratch on it. Weighs a ton. Let's see what she looks like inside. Look at that. Not bad. Not a scratch on it. Brand new out of the box. Boy, I don't get stuff like that. Still has the metal plate to cover up where a floppy goes. Take a look. I mean, this is in excellent condition. There's no rust. Let's take a look inside. I tell you, this thing is beefy. And one thing I like, getting inside, you just push on these two tabs in the back, and the top lifts right off. And this thing's built like a tank. Very thick metal. Not a bit of rust. Unbelievable. I mean, we're talking 1982 here. We can get you out of the holder so you can take a closer look. Look at that. That is just outstanding. No rust, no corrosion, no green crusties, no nothing. Also, this is everything that was in the box. It's supposed to have a flex connector with a controller card that allows it to be connected to the TI-99A, and of course a floppy and a floppy disk controller card. So to prepare for this, I just so happened to have had a Tandem 100. The controller card with the flex cable, it plugs inside the computer, and the disk controller card. And I already had a cable to connect the card to the floppy, so let's get to work and see if this thing works as good as it looks. Okay, first we get rid of the metal shield that covers up where the floppy goes. I think that's it. Just two screws, we're holding it in. Yeah. Inside is power lead for the floppy, Nice plastic support so you can slide it in. They kind of have a tight fit for the cable. You have to put this controller card here because the cable goes through that slot. The card is set up where the internal floppy uses this connector, and if you had externals you had to have a special cable that plugs to these, and this sticks out the back so it can connect to external floppy drives. So first, this has got to go here. Not bad. Alright, next is the cable. Now, this is slightly tricky because you kind of got to do this blind. You got to take the cable and reach through that slot in the back and put it into the socket in the card that is facing this opening. And you've got to do it blind. So give me just a second. There, got it. Okay. Now a TI-100, or excuse me, a Tandem 100 should fit in here perfectly, I hope. I haven't tried it. We're going to try it now. Power. Floppy cable. Let's see how she goes in. Perfect. Oh my goodness. That is just perfect. Couldn't have fit better. Couldn't have fit better. Here, take a look. Fits perfectly. All right. You stay up there while I bolt in the floppy. Hopefully the holes will line up. Yep, there they are. Oh, this thing weighs a ton. Got it finally. All right. Pull it as far as forward as I can. There we go. Now we can tighten the top one. All right. Well, that's gone. Next, I read up on it. It said that the controller card for the unit, boy, look at this connector, man. Look at that cable. That ain't gonna fail, is it? This whole thing is built like a battleship. It says that this card has to go into slot 1. See, there's numbers here. Slot 1's over here. Wow, I like the way this stuff goes in. You know, it's impressive. This box is... Nobody else had anything like this. Well, originally, Texas Instrument had what they called sidecar units. You'd have the computer and then you'd plug something in the side. And then it had a slot in the back so you can keep plugging things in until you ended up with a train, like Amtrak. Super long, but goes nowhere. And they decided to change it and build this unit. And this is more along the line of like IBM at the time. Big, beefy, hard steel, heavy power supply, lots of slots for expansion, easy to put in, and it holds them tight. I mean, these are in really good. Beefy data cable, holy cow. And here's the card. It goes into the side of the computer. It's got a little foot on the bottom, so when it plugs in, it's sitting on your desk, and that way it doesn't snap off, because boy, this thing is heavy enough, it'd snap off in seconds without something holding it. You know, I can't get over the fact that it doesn't smell old and musty like everything else I get, because it's, well, old and musty. It's 35 years old on the average, most things, along with this. And it doesn't seem to have a smell at all. I don't know. Maybe it smells like the 80s. What do you think? Like maybe Greed and Aquanet. I don't know. It's even got the original manual still in the bag. That is great. I tell you, I can't get over how easy this lid goes back on. You usually didn't see things like this snappable sides until do-it-yourself computers in the 90s, when you bought a new case. Just you line up the metal lip, push it down, and that's it. It clicks into place, and that's it. And it's on. Well, let's power it up. Here. Okay. Now we're going to turn it on. Notice the light on number 1 has come on and stayed on, and I saw a flash on number 8. I read the instructions. They said basically that the light will activate kind of like a hard drive when it's being used. The light will come on the card. Since this connects to the computer the entire time it's used, I'm sure that light just stays on for that card. Don't worry, I have to have a, sorry for the tweakiness of the video, but the I don't have any television, and I have to have an RF converter to turn it back into something I can plug into a monitor. Okay, I'm going to punch in a couple of lines of code so we can test out the disk drive and the communication. Now these two commands should try to access the drive. If everything works, the light there should come on, the light on the drive should come on, and it should come up with an error on the screen saying it couldn't do anything because there's no disk in there. So it'll come back with an error if it works. Hey, look at that. And that was interesting. The screen changed color when the disk accessing was occurring. I wonder if that's normal. I have no idea. Let's try it again. Hey, look at that. I think that may be normal. That's interesting. Well, it works. How about that? Brand new, and for the first time in 35 years, it's being used the way it's supposed to be, not hiding away in a box. Poor, lonely thing. Well, the only thing that I'm missing is the Disk Manager console cartridge. And they're as rare as 5-leaf clovers, I guess. So I don't know when I'll be able to get one of those. I've got another video coming up very soon, and I hope you'll be around for that one. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.